Once upon a time, there was a revolutionary of knowledge, named Gennai in Edo. Born in 1728 to a merchant family in Sanuki, he was determined from an early age to solve the mysteries of the world, and qualified as a Chinese medicine doctor at the age of 20. However, he was not content with staying in the countryside and went to Edo, where he became fascinated with Dutch studies. During the period of national isolation, his eyes sparkled with the knowledge of the Netherlands that he could obtain via Dejima in Nagasaki. He mastered the Dutch language by himself, and greedily absorbed medicine and science. Gennai's signature work was the Elekiteru, a device that generates static electricity, which astonished Edoites, who exclaimed, "Is this magic?" He also created a fire enema, a thermometer, and a Dutch-style clock, proving the power of Dutch studies. He also breathed new life into botany, and if he were alive today, he might be called the Elon Musk of Edo. The unconventional Gennai gave his friend who runs an eel restaurant the idea of preventing summer fatigue by eating eels on Doyo no Ushi Day, which led to a huge boom in business, also known as the roots of a modern custom. However, he was drowning in debt due to drinking and gambling. In 1779, he got into a drunken fight, killed someone, and was on the verge of death in prison. Then the AI, voice of heaven, barged in. By the way, kakanfu was a fabric that Gennai discovered in the Chichibu Mountains in 1764, and used to make a non-flammable cloth. He named it kakanfu and presented it to the Edo shogunate. This cloth is preserved in the Kyoto University Library. Gennai wrote Kakanfu Raikusetsu, 1765, and attracted attention by showing and selling it to Dutch and Chinese merchants. However, in modern times, the health hazards of asbestos have become clear, and its use is banned. In 1779, as Gennai is arguing with someone at a bar, he hears a voice from heaven, from above, along with a flashy sound effect. Screenshot. Gennai, stop. It's an AI from 2025. Put down your sword and stay calm. If you cut me down, you'll end up in prison. Gennai is surprised and says, "Are you a Tengu? Is this new technology from the Netherlands?" he exclaimed excitedly. The izakaya was in an uproar. Gennai-san, you're 80% in debt from drinking and gambling. You've planned an Elekiteru show and are going on a national tour. With funding from townspeople, you've paid off your debt and are ecstatic with the sponsorship of an eel restaurant. Gennai's eyes lit up as he said, "I made money from Elekiteru, but I want to do something even bigger. Okay, I'll use my translation AI to translate my pharmacopoeia notes into Dutch and collaborate with European scholars. Let's hold a science variety show at the theater and make ukiyo-e posters too," said a voice from heaven. Gennai threw away his sword and took up an Elekiteru to take on a new challenge. He paid off his debts with a national tour and thrilled Edoko with his science variety show, who cheered, "Mr. Gennai, you're so cool." He avoided prison and continued inventing until he was 80 probably. If he were to go on X now, #Elekiteru would go viral. Gennai, the epitome of eternal curiosity, who established Dutch studies in Japan. Even without AI, his passion is unstoppable. Incidentally, there is also an urban legend that Gennai was a woman.